It's a wacky Wednesday and Miss Susie is standing by with an awesome English FAL lesson, and today she focuses on the formal letter.
And Umbuyi, along with the GN crew, takes us up to play the mighty GN games with our awesome GN mates at Gwate Tangendlale Secondary School.
The GN camera says roaming the streets, and today we ask the peeps of Mzansi, the formal letter has one address, the recipients. Is that true or false? It's time to learn, it's time to have fun.
Woza uzokeleza nathi.
Uzokeleza nathi. You can do it alright, that's right. Future is bright, alright. You can do it alright, that's right. Future is bright. Hey, 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 hey. Uzokeleza nathi. Keleza nathi.
Welcome to Keleza Nathi. Welcome to Keleza Nathi. Bona, hey, bona, hey. What we do, beautiful people? Welcome to it. This is Keleza Nathi right here in this ABC1 Mzansi for sure. It's an awesome Wednesday morning. Wabana Homonati in studio. The vibe, relate, guys, relate. I am Destiny Doli, and of course, you're more than welcome to interact with me on different social media platforms. I am Destiny Doli on Facebook and on Twitter at Destiny_TOLI. 5 to 6 a.m. I'm the home of entertainment, and not only that, we are Keleza Nathi on Facebook and on Twitter at GN_SABC1. We're also available on Instagram at Keleza Nathi _SABC1, hashtag class of 2019, hashtag GNClan. But of course, next to me, Libitola Haiki ODY_flames. And again, as Coco Sarna for today, she's going to be giving you guys awesome lesson recaps, the fact of the day, and so many other awesome things. And here she is. Good morning, girl.
Good morning, Miguel.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Good day. Like you're twisty how smart is
Today
What's the social shake?
Alright guys, hope you guys are all ready and excited and of course ready for your lesson. Tana guys in the building, and today she's talking all things the formal letter.
Yeah, so I like that. Just toss because all right now our GN mates, but we live very early, and here they are in the studio to communicate with us and tell us how life is going on their side. Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
We good.
Are you good? I'm awesome. I'm fabulous. I'm excited. I'm happy. So I'm playing Libomang, and which school are you from?
I'm Olelo from Mshugantambo Secondary School.
Nice, my guy.
And I'm Simpiwe from Mshugantambo Secondary School.
Okay, cool. So Simpiwe Mplelo Orateng Mshugantambo.
Well, Mshugantambo it's a place where you express yourself and you actually find yourself. That's where you learn what more you like, and yeah.
I like that. In my high school years, I also discovered a bit more about myself, right?
Yeah.
Because you go to school for like 5 years, high school, literally, right? So Mplelo Orateng Mshugantambo, girl.
I love the teaching and the teachers. And
yeah.
My friends, my classmates.
Oh, really? So it's a vibe for you, the teachers, the students. That's awesome. So, guys, in the near future in terms of a career. Let me start with you.
Well, I want to be a singer. Like,
really? Yeah. You must give us a taste before the end of the show.
We'll definitely do.
I like that. All right, and with you, my girl?
Well, I want to be an economist.
Really? Yes. That is amazing. I think it's so inspiring to speak to young people who are driven and have dreams that they want to pursue, guys. Yes. So that's beautiful, hey? We'll chat a bit later. Go show Runa. Who's going to get the word right? But of course, right now we're taking our GN cameras out to the streets. Do you guys still remember? And today it's all related to a formal letter. Let's see.
The formal letter has one address.
I'm guessing it's true.
No, I don't think that's true. I think it's false.
Yes, it's true.
I think a letter to the press is true, or informal letter.
I believe it's true.
It's the... No, it can't be the recipient. I think it is the sender's address.
I don't know.
No clue.
Wow. Our cameras will catch you. Also ready. We will be there to catch you saying the wrong answer. But of course, to some of you who've tried and who are actually right, congrats. But Otto, what do you have to say?
Yes, guys. So the answer is false because if I'm a letter in my address, I too omuntu ithumelayo nomuntu oyireceivayo. So yeah, you guys tried actually.
Oh, that's awesome. Right now, though, we're heading over to Skolo Saruna Banel Forever Chuck Skinny Boy. Let's see what's popping there.
What's happening? All you
lovely people silana ke eZola eSoweto and isikole sireporter for duty namhlanje kuso sibiza ukuthi kwatata ngendlala high school so besenza izinto ezimnandi kakhulu njengoba ubona istrata sithulile yabona ngoba thina masifika endaweni kuyaphola man iyaquqeka indawo man iba nesizotha because senza izinto ezimnandi kakhulu. Well guys, on social media see Gelezanati, then on Twitter see GN_SABC1, then on Instagram we are Gelezanati_SABC1. So lapha emakhaya without wasting any time athi ngene phakathi sibona ukuthi abantwana banamhlanje kule sikole nje bazibandakanya kanjani.
Wow, we look forward to playing our awesome GN games with you guys. But of course, we get the first learner question for the day. Welcome back to Geleza Nati right here in this ABC1 Mzansi for sure. Today we focus on English FAL, specifically writing the formal letter, and right now it's time for us to get the first learner question for the day.
Okay, right guys, just in time for the first learner question for the day. English focusing on the formal letter and including nobani?
Amanda.
Kunjani Amanda?
Ngiyaphila unjani?
Nami ngiyasiphilela Amanda. So Amanda, wena angitshela ngespectrum sakho uthanda ukwenzani?
Ngithanda ukufunda, like reading ama novels.
Uthanda ukufunda ama novels kanjani?
Like any novel.
So
like ngizothi mengifunda ngithole like ingene lesson yabo.
Okay, like ufuna ukuthi ibe ne something ozokhona ukuyisebenzisa ozokhona ukuyifunda.
Life, so that like ngizoyisebenzisa in life ezonginceda.
Ngena lana. So what is your question for our teacher back in studio?
My question is a letter of request a formal letter?
Hey guys, namhlanje sizabe sidingida indaba yama formal letters. In particular, we will be focusing on the letter of request. So let us take a look at our first learner question so that we can help you understand this topic a lot better. Umbuzo wokuqala uthi, is the letter of request a formal letter? Why, yes, it is. A formal letter of request is what we call it in full. And so now that we know what it's called, now that we know that it is actually formal, what other information can you guys learn about the formal letter of request? Well, first of all, it is a part of your longer transactional writing. So these are the texts that are used for communicating with people. So a letter of request is one that is used for business-related communication or business-related writing. So it's definitely got to be formal. Now let's take a look at some tips on how you can write a formal letter of request. A thing that often people overlook is the format of a letter of request, and ibaluleke kakhulu because you actually do get marks for using the correct format. So sizoqala ngokuthi sibheke what is the format of a formal letter of request. So first of all, as you can see here, we have two addresses. The first address, which is 20 President Street, Berea 2198, is the address of the sender. So if you are the one who's sending the letter, you would put your address there, and it would be followed by the date. Now the date is only written once, whereas with the address, you've got two addresses. The second address is the recipient's address, that is the person that you are sending the letter to. You will start with the title of that person. In this case, we are writing to the manager, that is who the letter is addressed to, okay? And then we've got the address at the bottom. So this is the person who's going to be reading it. This is their address that we have there. Right after the address, it is followed by the greeting, which we refer to as the salutation, okay? And here, salutation, okay, let's spell that correctly. Now note, with salutation, you're going to say dear sir or madam, because the manager could be male or female or whatever they prefer to be referred to as. So that's why we say sir or madam. Now, some people might be thinking, hey, why do we always have to go through the format? We don't send letters as much as we used to anymore. Why do we need to know this? Well, first of all, this kind of format is what is assessed in your exams, so that's why it's important to know it. But it also helps you because when you send an email and you include a letter in the email, you need to know what your letter should look like, okay? So it's definitely information that you can carry beyond e-metric. So now your salutation is followed by the heading. Make sure that you underline your heading so that the reader can see what the topic of this particular letter is. Almost with your heading, you will start with the first paragraph. Paragraph yokuqala is what we call the introduction. It gives the reader a bit of information as to what this letter is all about. Business-related writing always has to stick to the point. So with your introduction, you get to the point as to this is what my letter is all about. That is then followed by the body, which gives more details around what you are requesting in this particular case. And lastly, you have your conclusion, which is you wrapping up what you have said. You repeat basically what it is that you are asking for. And if you are, for example, in this case, because we are looking at a letter of request, you just repeat what it is that you are asking for. And in a mood that is positive, to say something like looking forward to hearing from you, looking forward to your help with whatever it is that you're asking for. Then you're signing off again with your salutation. You sign off yours faithfully or yours sincerely, but basically what you want to make sure is you keep it as formal as possible. Make sure that your spelling is correct as well. Then there's a signature and you print your name and title. That is the format made easy. Okay, once you've got the format, a certain percentage is guaranteed in your longer transactional text. And now the next tip that we're going to focus on. So we've looked at the correct format, then you must use the writing process for the content. A lot of people just want to get straight to the final copy and submit it without going through the process. And unfortunately, you lose marks for content, because we're going to look at the rubric a bit later and you'll see that you do get marks for whether or not your work was written well, and we can see if you've planned it or not, because the work that's not planned isn't cohesive. In other words, it doesn't flow from one idea to the next in a way that is easy for the reader to understand. So asiboneni, what is this writing process in Kulumangai? The writing process is a process that begins with planning. Okay, e-plan is used by writing drawing a mind map. Now, why a mind map? A mind map helps you to get a visual of all your ideas, and it'll be followed by this one. It also shows you how each idea links to the next one. That helps you with your flow. And most importantly, it also helps you with your word count. So you're able to predict how many paragraphs you're going to have, or how long the paragraph is going to be based on the ideas you've written. We are ideas noma uede if you have not gotten enough ideas. Okay, so when you are looking at your mind map, you're looking at what information am I going to include? Introduction, body, ne conclusion. And remember, each of these paragraphs need to have a topic sentence, and you can develop your topic sentence when you start off with your planning. Each line, for example, in your mind map can help you come up with a topic sentence. So that's stage one, planning. Then you draft. So with the draft, this is where you start to consider things like the format, you start to consider the type of language that you need to use, you start to consider spelling and all of that. You've already thought about your ideas in your planning. Now you need to write proper sentences for your final copy, but it's still a draft, because what follows your draft is that you are going to edit and proofread it. Now, editing, it means that you're going to change a few things here and there. There's something that you didn't add, so you want to add it, or there's an idea that you want to move to being number one as opposed to being number two. This is where you can now start to change things around so that your letter makes sense and follows the instructions. Okay. And what you want to look for when you are proofreading now is you check your word count, you check your spelling, your grammar, your punctuation, all those things that are related to the language use. Mistakes, so you'll see pencil marks all over the place, you'll be scratching, and of course you don't want your teacher to mark things that have all these scratches and they have all these changes. So that is where your final step comes in the writing process, which is your final copy. Final copy, basically this is where you ensure that you've made all the changes that you need to make. Your spelling ususlungisile, your sentences make sense. Read the draft aloud to yourself so that you know whether or not it makes sense. then always write neatly and legibly. Practice akusase manje. We know that it's early in the year. Make sure that you fix whatever handwriting issues you have, because at the end of matric, remember, the person ozokmaga again umuntu okujwayele. They're not going to say velu Sipho ubhala kanje, but I know how to find Sipho's handwriting. No, it's someone who's not used to your handwriting, so if you make it neat for them, then they're able to read and understand what you have written. Very important. So let's look at the tips. Use the correct format, use the writing process, and then use the rubric to see how you will be assessed. Okay, good rubric that teachers use to give you your mark. When you know what that rubric looks like, by taking a look at past papers and look at the memo, okay, you have access to that online. You read how will the teachers mark you, and here is an example of the rubric that is being used. Where na umthetho you want to get between 15 and 18 marks for the content, your planning, and your format. Okay, so there what the teacher will look at, or what the examiner marker will look at, is the response and ideas, okay, the organization of your ideas, the purpose and audience, so your understanding of the purpose, understanding of who the letter is being sent to, and using the correct features and conventions, as well as the context. So, your rubric, it shows you, if you want to get between 15 and 18 marks, you must have an outstanding response beyond normal expectations, intelligent and mature ideas, extensive knowledge of features of the type of the text. So you need to understand what goes into a formal letter of request. Okay, all of that is being looked at. Does your writing maintain focus? Is it coherent? Which means does it flow from one idea to the next, and the details support the topic? And lastly, appropriate and accurate format. That is where you get your mark. Remember, I said format ibalulekile because you could basically be marked down for using the incorrect format. Then the second criteria is the language, style, and editing. So that's where the writing process comes into play, guys, because your tone, your register, your style must be correct. Your vocab needs to be good. It must be grammatically accurate and well constructed, virtually error-free, meaning very few mistakes have been made, and that is how you'll get between 10 and 12 marks, because the whole thing is basically out of E30, so you want to get that. But look at how you can get the mark, a very low mark between 0 and 7. That's if your response reveals no understanding of the features of the type of the text. So whenever you have to write a letter, when you're doing transactional text, understand what are the features of that particular text. Formal letter or friendly letter. This text that I'm supposed to write, how is it written? You must understand the meaning of the topic. Okay, stick to the topic. Otherwise, you get that low mark there. You must give enough detail. Okay, detail is important. If you don't follow the rules and the format, you can get 0 to 40. So those are the things that we want to avoid. Take a look at the rubric in your spare time, study it, and understand how exactly you are going to be marked. And make sure that you use the writing process to make sure that your content is pashash and is of good quality. So I hope now you guys know all about the formal letter of request.
Wow, what an amazing lesson. Thank you so much, Miss Tusi. She was speaking about, writing a formal letter, guys, and in the address date and many other important things. But of course, ODY_Flames has got your back.
Yeah, well, thank you, Miss Tusi, for that awesome lesson. Now, guys, during this lesson, you guys learned what a letter of request is, that it is also formal. So that means that you must follow a format here, formal letter, right? And you also learned to go to the process of writing a letter of request is actually planning, and then you're writing your draft, and then you edit, and then you proofread, and then finally you write your final draft. So that is a process that you guys need to follow. I hope you guys wrote down your notes, because you're gonna need them later on. This is where you guys have 30 seconds, right, to figure out the letter. So basically and you guys have to figure out what the word is. This means that you guys can play with us and tell us what you think the word is via social media. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
Like I said, guys, you have 30 seconds to figure out this word. I'm pretty sure Otanega mentioned this word during her lesson, and your letters are M, O, F, L, A, and R. You literally have 20 seconds. I see Destiny is done writing Bona. My girl and my guy, I hope they're writing something correct. I hope you guys are telling us what you think the word is via social media. I could give you guys a clue, but I see you guys are done, and I'm hoping the guys at home are done as well. And you have 4, 3, 2, 1, and your time is up. Let me see what you guys have. So everybody has formal. Is it formal? Is it not formal?
Of course.
Let's find out. And the answer that you guys were looking for is formal. So everybody's
Of course.
correct. Well done.
But
well
of
done.
course, we're wide awake, right? And
Yeah.
also, it's an English Wednesday. How could we not get it? So we get the fact of the day. And we also see the people at our school play our awesome GN games. Keep watching. Back to Geleza Nati right here on this ABC1 Mzansi for sure. Hope you guys got to share lang harabeki at 5 to 6 a.m. Konalam, the home of entertainment. And not only that, you can interact with us on our social media platforms. We are Geleza Nati on Facebook and on Twitter at GN_SABC1. Holla at us on Instagram at Geleza_SABC1. Check out our pics, like them, behind the scenes pictures and videos. Make sure you're liking them on the gram. But of course, right now it's time for us to get the fact of the day.
Yeah, but guys, it is time for the fact of the day, and that is why I have a question for you guys, right? So question number, what is the most common used letter in the alphabet?
I think it's O.
O for Ottawa, yes. E.
I think it's B.
B. B for Beyonce, yes. So is it O, is it B, and you said it's E. Okay, so who is correct? What is the most commonly used letter? And the answer is E. The most commonly used letter in the alphabet is E. E is used for over 56 times more than the letter Q in forming individual English words. So, Miguel, well done. Well done. How do you guys feel?
Got it
Wrong or
right.
right? How do you feel?
I'm touched, but it's fine. You know what? I'm going to link to the school game and we're going to see which team is wrong and which one is right. Yeah, let's go to the game.
Sanibonani team chama sowina ngoba sidume ngento zesikole.
Sanibonani bafethu lena i-team to kanje bafethu niyazi nani sizowina la obvious abo Rachel ntonyana le bafethu.
Geleza Nati volleyball. 2 teams, each with 4 members, 1 answering questions, 1 distributing balls, and 2 members balancing balls against their bodies and against the clock. The rules are simple. Each team is given 2 minutes to get as many balls from one basket to the other. The trick is they have to do this without using their hands. If you drop the ball, you start again. The team with the most balls in their basket in the end wins. Okay, right. So sizocala ngeteam Zama. You ready, team Zama?
Yes, we are ready.
Bathi ba ready, team Zama. And in 3, 2, 1. Zisheke. The first question number something like this. The style of a formal letter is what? The style of a formal letter is what? You give away, give away. Get a give away. Get a give away. Get a give. Melibonakali yonke ngobona. Kungabi nje negama ngijele ngathi kumele iyeke iwome. Facebook, Twitter, ilapho kumele ube khona. Nithi answer yini?
Formal.
Bathi answer yabo it is formal. Show it to the people at home. Ebambe kanjalo, kube mnandi. And formal is the correct answer. Sandlani. And then moving right along, the greeting in a formal letter is called the what? The greeting in a formal letter is called a what? So guys, interact with us using Facebook and Twitter. 30 seconds is already gone on the clock. And another 30 seconds is already gone on the clock. So 1 minute is already gone. So need to answer any
salutation.
But to answer a bit of salutation, show it to the people at home. And salutation is the right answer. Moving right along. ETK question again. ETK in a formal letter of request. Use of slang is what? Use of slang is what? Facebook, Twitter is where you need to, make the things that make the things relevant, So nyabona ukuthi team Jama yenza isn't as right as irrelevant nina nita answer yini?
Wrong.
That's wrong. Show to the people at home. And there at home, if you had said acceptable, wrong, or forbidden, something closer to that, that is the correct answer, especially in Izandla. The heading in a formal letter should be what? The heading in a formal letter should be what? Like easy, mara into engiyibonayo ukuthi yabona amagama. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Lahlalani phansi amatennis nithi answer yini?
Underline.
But underline. Show it to the people at home. Okay, and underlined is the correct answer. So what needs to happen right now? Is putting Zolanda, basis your counter, basis to like iscore. Okay, right. Let us count down for team Jama Asieni.
1, 2,
Louder.
3, 4,
Umsindo.
5, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40.
40 balls! Yeah, 40 balls out of 50 balls. So what needs to happen? Corner. Manje, si cross over to the other team. Sibona. Can they get more than 40 balls? Yo! Okay, right. Ngapha siphethe Mbani? Ntoganje. Ni ready nina? Ntoganje.
Always ready.
That's it, always ready. So, Ntoganje, your 2 minutes starts in 3. Nitini? 2. Nitini? 1. And let us go. The number of addresses appearing in a formal letter is what? The number of addresses appearing in a formal letter is what? It's in the answer. 2. But the answer able to show to the people at home. But the answer able 2 and 2 is confidently the correct answer, especially in this answer. Moving right along here. The number of times the date appears in a formal letter is. The number of times the date appears in a formal letter is. 30 seconds already gone on the clock. Injan.
1.
But 1. Show it to the people at home. And 1 is the correct answer. Silence answer. And moving right along into the address that comes first in the formal letter is the address of the. The address that comes first in the formal letter is the address of the
sender.
That of the sender. Show it to the people at home. Oh, these people are enjoying themselves. Yes, and sender is the correct answer. And moving right along, it's again in a formal letter, the salutation comes immediately before the. In a formal letter, the salutation comes immediately before the. Before the heading. Before the heading, show it to the people. Heading home, and heading is the correct answer. And moving right along, again the question again. A formal letter should always end with the greeting words. A formal letter should end with the greeting word. Ini?
Yours faithfully.
Betty, yours faithfully showed to the people at home. Pause the clock. Niti, yours. Ninan Pale, yours faithful. Because I answer about it wrong. Ngicela uthathe le basket ne. Uyiswaphe naleya, ubuye nale namatennis wonke. And your clock resumes. The first step in the writing process when you write a formal letter is what? 5, 4, 3, 2. Time is up. So let us, nje for formality, tally up the scores, Shem. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Ngaki? 9. Ngaki?
Shumila Mandi.
The winners for today is Team Jama!
Congratulations to our winning team. I like how you guys were just so focused and slaying and going in, giving the right answers. I mean, I love watching GN games, guys. That was entertaining, right? Yes. That was really, really cool. But right now, we're heading over to our dictionary. This is where we give you guys awesome terminologies that are going to help you in your final exams. And they are related to English FAL. Let's see what they are.
Grab those pens and papers for today's English FAL terms from the lesson with Tandeg. First up is edit, which is to make changes to a text in order to improve its legibility. Second up is format, which is the structure of a particular text and the style conventions that are used in a particular text. Write these down because by now you know they're super important.
Awesome stuff indeed. I hope guys so that you can slay in your exams. There's no way you can't get a distinction in English, right? We're going to be getting the second learner question for the day. Welcome back. You're still watching the greatest show in the land. It is what?
GNS9.
But of course. And right now, we are getting the second learner question for the day. Remember, it's still related to English FAL. Let's hear.
Just in time for the second learner question for the day. AA English, focusing on the formal letter. Konala, kwatatang endlale high school and implemento bani.
Ngusimpiwe kaConga.
Kanjani wena Simpiwe?
Ngiyaphila.
Nami ngiyaziphila. So angitshela ukuthi wena mawufunda kanjani wena Simpiwe?
Cha mina ngifunda by understanding yabo. Ngifunda by my own knowledge kube yabo encwadini.
Oh, so uthatha incwadi uyenza sure ukuthi uya-understand wena emagameni wakho bese-ke uba right.
Yebo ngenza kanjalo.
Hayi izinto nizwile man, caphuna. Ngoba uyabona ukuthi iyamsebenzela caphuna nawe uyisebenzisa empilweni yakho ubone ukuthi nje izokufikisa kuphi ngoba izokufikisa endaweni e-right. So ithini question yakho for teacher back in studio?
My question is, what are the essential things I should recognize in a formal letter of request?
Sengibuyile guys, here to take a look at the second learner question with you all. Asibhekene ukuthi umbuzo uthini. Umbuzo uthi, what are the essential things I should recognize in a formal letter of request? This is a good question. So what we're going to do in order to answer this is sizobheka an example of a formal letter of request, and I'll be pointing out the things that you need to recognize. But remembering from the first learner question, you want to make sure you've got the correct format. You want to make sure that you use language correctly. You also want to make sure that you have edited your work and make sure that it flows from one idea to the next. It must make sense. Remember, it's a business-related type of writing. So lo muntu ozoyifunda needs to understand so that whatever business thing you are requesting, you actually get it. So, asibhekeni ke. Format is something that's very important. So you've got your two addresses, you've got the address of the sender, you've got the address of the recipient, and in between that, you have the date, you also have the title of the person who's going to be reading your letter. That is then immediately followed by your salutation, which is your greeting, and after your greeting, you have your heading, which is underlined. In this case, our heading is sponsorship of a public speaking competition. Now take a look at how when you have that, you already understand, which, as a reader, this is what I'm going to be reading about. The request is a sponsorship for a public speaking competition. Now you've got the attention of the reader, you need to give a bit more information in your introduction. The introduction reads, I am the captain of the Public Speaking Society at my school. We have decided to hold a competition for each grade in the school, and to encourage learners to participate, we would like to award small cups to the winners in each grade. Straight to the point, you say who you are, the person who is writing, and what it is you are asking for. You have not yet provided more details, but already the reader knows what it is that you are looking for. Now when we look at the second paragraph, as you can see, it's much longer and has more detail. Let's read what the detail is. We hope that you would be willing to sponsor this competition. So that is the request, and that is our topic sentence there, okay? Because that is what basically the paragraph is going to focus on. It's going to focus on this organization potentially sponsoring this competition. So what does the company get from sponsoring this particular competition? What's in it for the company? That's what you now need to add. So here what's happening is what I'm about to read is going to show you how the writer of this particular letter understands the topic and is sticking to the topic and understands the features of a letter of request. We would name it after your company. We have been assured that we can have some publicity in our local newspaper. A photograph of a member of your company with the teacher and the winners will be printed alongside a short article about this initiative. We would need a large floating trophy for the best speaker, and 5 small cups for each winner. The floating trophy would be engraved with the company's name. So again, what we have here is what is going to be needed for the people to sponsor. Then here we've got information about what the company stands to get from involving itself here or by sponsoring. And then then the person says what it is exactly they want to be sponsored. If you're going to say you need a sponsorship, you need to be specific. If uzocela imali, rather, you're going to say how much money do you need. If you're wanting something that the company generally sells but you want it for free, then you're going to state what it is. So in this case, the person is requesting a large floating trophy. They are looking for also 5 small cups for each winner. Okay, so, and you can see that they need those trophies to be engraved. So what's important here is let the person know what you are looking for, okay? Give enough detail so they're not stuck asking themselves, what do they want us to sponsor them with? It shouldn't be a back and forth. From reading the letter the first time around, they should have a clear indication of what it is that you need. Then you conclude. We are very excited about this project and hope that you will be willing to be a part of it. Okay? And obviously, because the person has read, they know that being a part of this project means sponsoring with that floating trophy and the 5 cups and engraving the name of the winner on there. Then your salutation, yours faithfully, the signature of the person, and their name is then printed. So that is what a formal letter of request looks like. Focus on that format, focus on the language use, make sure that you edit and proofread to take away any mistakes. It's natural to make mistakes, but you can fix those if you proofread your text. And that is how you can get yourself 25 marks, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
What an amazing lesson. I keep telling you guys that GN teachers never disappoint. Thank you so much, Ms. Tusi, for that beautiful lesson about the formal letter. But of course, ODY is going to be giving you guys an awesome lesson recap.
Yeah, Bo, Ms. Tusi, you are a star. Thank you so much for that awesome lesson. Now, guys, during this lesson, Ms. Tusi ufunde an example of a letter of request, right? And while she was reading, she highlighted isn't as important. Like, you always have to remember the format of your letter, which is informal, the style that the letter needs to be in, and as well as the register. You guys need to make sure that you remember all these things, all these steps, manipala your own formal letter. For now, right, guys? This is where you have 30 seconds once again to play this game with us. So basically, this time you have a crossword puzzle and you guys have to find the word. This means that you guys can play with us and tell us what you think the word is via social media. And you ready?
Yeah, bo.
Like I said, guys, you only have 30 seconds to figure out this word. It should be very easy if you were paying attention to me or Miss Tusi. I hope you guys are telling us what you think the word is via social media. So the word can either be in vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. I see none of the guys in studio are seeing this word. We're hectic. We're very hectic. I hope you guys, though, are finding the word at home and you're telling us via social media. Guys, your time is running out because you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's actually guys. Destiny has a sad face, okay? And my guy has everybody has sad faces.
Because you didn't want to give us a clue.
I don't play that game. Anyway, guys, let's find out what the word is. And the word that you guys were looking for is,
you know what? I kind of thought it could be letter, but because I couldn't see the letters, I couldn't write it.
Destiny, you were wrong and you're sad.
No.
Just take it. Take the L.
I refuse to take the L. The L is for letter. It's going to be in the studio. I have awesome life advice, so keep watching Geleza Nati.
Geleza Nati.
Welcome back to Geleza Nati right here in this ABC1 Mzansi for sure, the show that brings you nothing but the best in entertainment and entertainment, education and entertainment. Look at me being all excited. So guys, Siva has got your back. All you guys have to do is to log on to this website if you guys want awesome lesson recaps like today's lesson. Yeah, Ms. Tusi on the formal letter. But of course, for more information, check this out.
Chomi, why are you so stressed?
Matric Chomi, I'm stressed.
Hi, Wena. You haven't heard about Siva?
Siva.
What's his SIVA? Okay, let me show you.
SABC Education Virtual Academy is your matric support one-stop shop. SIVA offers complete matric support in mathematics, physical sciences, life sciences, accounting, and English first additional language. You have full access to video lessons. Register on www.siva.co.za.
Go SIVA. Go SIVA.
Yes, it is www.siva.co.za, and remember the hashtag is hashtag MySiva, so do the right thing, guys. Do your work, do your recaps, go Siva, ne? But of course, right now, I'm a holo in the stew. Libisa like this is Mo, and she's here to give us awesome life advice. And here she is, Soleil. Hey, sis Mo.
Hey, girl. Hey, everybody in studio. Hi there at home. Yes, like Osdia's already said, your life tips, and you know, by your lovely sister Osmo, that you've been writing to and asking for life advice and all of these things. She's just here for you. Let's see what we're going to be talking about today, guys, so we can discuss with everybody in the studio and you at home. Don't go anywhere. Check this out.
Tumisha Hwadi. Hello, Sis Mo. I feel like my sister's boyfriend takes advantage of her, and I dislike him a lot. I don't want to hurt my sister's feelings, but this guy is super rude.
Timisha is a caring sister, you know, worried about the boyfriend taking advantage of an older sister. And I think these things happen throughout the, you know, our lives, where you see something bad happening to someone close to you and you don't even know how to deal with it. How do you guys like act in that kind of situation where you see something happening to someone close to you?
Well, like, I just try to support the friend, you know, the friend needs your support.
Exactly. If it's a friend or a sister, they need support. That's just what it is, you know, especially because you know that you'll never treat them like that.
Yeah.
Timisha, I've got just 3 tips for you. I think tip number 1, you need to at least speak to your sister, call your sister aside when the guy is not there and speak to them and let them see it from your direction. Irma the way you see the situation. Explain to them and say, is this what you want? Is this what you're settling for? Because I personally see it like this, you know, but you also don't want to, you know, be rude or say things that are like harmful to your sister. And the second tip is that you also need to let your sister live her own life and make her own mistakes, because that's how we learn, guys, you know. So you need to say, this is what I think, but you're still allowed to do what you want. If you're happy with the person, it's okay still, you know. And then the last tip is also, you can try and ask your sister to, if the situation doesn't change at all, because sometimes it takes long for these things to change, to spend time with you so you don't come across jealous or anything. And also in that way you show them your kind of love and support, because you then say, I don't think this is the right way, I think you should be treated. You then spend time with them separately when the guy's not there, and then you then love your sister the way you want your sister to be loved. And that's all, guys. Eventually it will come all right. Your sister's an adult and she will learn from her own mistakes. Just stay out of the business a little bit because she's a grown-up. That's all from me, Tamisha. I hope these things help you guys, and please, guys, keep sending me those messages. I really love being here and also knowing that I can help you. Send me an email as well. Details will be under the screen. That's all for today, guys. Please take care of your sisters if you feel like they're not being taken care of well.
Thank you so much, Ismo. That's really beautiful, especially about people making their own mistakes, because sometimes you just feel like stepping in and helping someone.
Exactly.
You're like, I don't know the intensity of that mistake, so I must just make sure that they find. It's like when a baby is learning how to walk. When I'm babysitting, I'm like, no,
don't do this, don't do that. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Human nature. But thank you so much for that. That was really, really beautiful.
A pleasure.
But of course, right now it's time for us to get the homework question from Odie.
Yeah, but it's time for the homework question. First things first, guys. Sismo is so awesome. Wow, I'm so touched. Yeah, but it is time for a homework question, and it's a screen and saying right now, and it reads as follows. Write a letter to your local sports shop asking for sponsorship for sports kits for one of your school's team. Yes, see, it was a tongue twister there. Guys, the homework question is going to be on Facebook later on, and if you have or need any help, Otandega will be online for an hour from 7 until 8, and as per usual, darling, it's a date. Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Yes.
We love it indeed. We've had a great time with them, watching them play our GN games and so much more. But of course, it's time to unfortunately say goodbye.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of the day. Konala Kwateta ngendlale high school nyabona. I'm a winner for today. Ngeke miyethu besidlala. Ngena lana wena. Team drama. Ngeke miyethu English. First additional language. Guys, would like to thank the principal of the school, Nama staff members of the school. I'll just tell you, I'm a shout out for Bana. It's in the shout out in.
Shout out to my mom and my brothers.
Wena?
Shout out to my mom and my sisters.
Winner.
Shout out to my mom, Losendlin.
Winner.
Shout out to everybody ongaziyo.
Okay, will be available online from 7 until 8 until we see each other tomorrow morning. Uza. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shout out to everyone at our school. It's been absolutely amazing. And of course, to you guys for watching and everyone in studio. Thank you so much for waking up and joining me, yeah? So, the whole Sunday, guys, we're going to be focusing on life sciences, specifically genetics and inheritance. So, make sure that you are watching because Mama H is the best in the game. And of course, to you guys, thank you for watching Geleza Nasi once again. Ralarata Hahulu, enjoy your day. Goodbye and take care.
Oh, yeah, we saw. Hey. It's 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Mondays to Fridays. Hey. What's good for you today, man? Look, I got a lot of books, I'm stacking paper. Trying to be an accountant, stacking paper. Geographical mind, I'm smashing craters. Okay, listen, I got my bag, yeah, it's major. Every morning when I wake, it's on. There's a world waiting to be taken on. Brings a funda till the break of dawn. But thank God, the killers are not his.